Hi everyone, so welcome back to my channel Mathematic Girls Party 3226. In this particular video, I am going to cover, I can say 20 plus questions, maybe more than that, on the topic of linear equation in one variable. This is basically one of the, like important, I can say topics, and also one of the easiest topic in mathematics. Okay, it's very simple. All you need to do is to just understand the method that you have to do, and you have to practice more and more questions in order to have that confidence that you are getting the correct answer. So these are the two things that you have to do. So let's start with the video and let me explain you some rules here. So the very first rule is, if you are shifting plus to the other side, it will become minus. If you're shifting minus to the other side, it will become plus. What I mean when I'm saying shifting from one side to the other side, it is very simple. You are shifting from LHS to RHS. Okay. So this is the LHS and this is the RHS. LHS is left hand side and RHS is the right hand side. Here again the same thing, LHS to RHS. In fact, RHS to LHS you can also shift, and the rule is same. Plus will become minus, minus will become plus. Multiplication will become division and division will become multiplication. This is the only rule that you have to follow in the linear equation in one variable, and you need to practice. That is the only key here. Okay. So if you don't know about the LHS and RHS, let me tell you that suppose you have an equation a plus 8 equals 10. First of all, this is an equation, very simple reason, because it has an equal sign, that is why it is called an equation. Now, whatever you have on the left side of equal sign, that is called LHS, and whatever you have on the right side of equal sign, that is called RHS. That is it. LHS, as I said, the full form is left hand side and RHS is right hand side. So let's start with the video with the questions, because we have a lot of questions. So yes, the first one, okay, you can see we have 3x minus 8 divided by 2x equals 1. Every time, of course, we need to find out the value of x, okay, or if the variable is y, if the variable is z, whatever is the variable, we need to find out that variable. Now, the topic is linear equation in one variable, because you can notice one thing, that in one question, we have only one variable. Either it's x, y, z, or anything. Here in all the questions, you can see the variable as x. So let's start with the first one. So we have 3x minus 8 divided by 2x equals 1, right? So what is the one thing that we can do here? We need to find out the value of x, right? So of course, you can see that this 2x is getting divided here. So I'll shift it to the other side first. So it will become 3x minus 8 equals, this is getting divided. So if you shift it to the other side, it will get multiplied. It will get multiplied with which number? It will get multiplied with whatever number is already present on the RHS. So 1 as it is, and then times 2x. Now this 3x as it is minus 8 equals 1 times 2x is 2x, right? So this is 3x, right? I have to keep the x terms together, of course, because like we need to find out the value of x. So it's better to keep the x terms together. So 3x as it is. Now this plus 2x, I'll shift it to the other side. So it will become minus 2x, because that's the rule. And this minus 8, I'll shift it to the other side. So minus will become plus. So it is 8. Now 3x minus 2x is x, right? Because 3x minus 2x is 1x. 1x is same as x only, and this is 8. So the value of the first one is x equals 8. Now, because this is a YouTube video, so there is one, advantage I can say, or a benefit, that you can, go back to the video and you can just have a look at the solution once again. So it's not like I need to keep this solution. I can erase it also, so that I'll also have a nice space to solve each of the questions. Okay. So I'll erase this and I'll start with the next one. Okay. So I have a very simple way to erase this. And yes, let's go to the next one. So for the second question, we have 5x divided by 2x minus 1 equals 2. So again, I'm repeating this. I'm just solving one question at a time. I'll erase it, so that I'll also have, I'll be also very comfortable in solving the question. I don't have to go, up and down for the question and for the solution. Okay, so again, here I'll shift the entire thing that is getting divided to the other side. So this will become 5x as it is, and this 2 as it is, and this will get multiplied. So it can be written as 2 into 2x minus 1, because we have here 2x minus 1, so you can keep it inside the bracket. One more thing I want to tell you here, Even if you don't put this multiplication, it is very obvious that you are multiplying only. Okay, so if there is no sign, there is a hidden multiplication sign. So 5x as it is. Now here I'll be using a distributive property. What is the meaning of distributive property? Simply you have to multiply this with this, and then you have to write down the sign, and then you have to multiply this with this. That is the distributive property. So 2 times 2x will become 4x because 2 times 2 is 4, and then x as it is, minus 2 times 1 is 2. Now, of course, I need to find the value of x. So I'll be shifting this 4x to the other side. So this will become 5x as it is plus 4x. If there is no sign here, it is plus. So plus 4x to the other side, it will become minus 4x, and this minus 2 as it is. 5x minus 4x is x, so x equals minus 2. This is the answer. So the second question, the value of x is minus 2. Okay, I can go to the next question now. And let's erase this. All right, so the third one, the third question, we have 2x minus 3 upon 4x plus 5 equals 1 upon 3. Now, there is one thing that I can do, and that is called cross multiplication. Remember, I'm using this word cross multiplication, but it is nothing different than all these things that I have written over here. Okay, it is the same thing. Cross multiplication is simply whatever is getting divided here, you will shift it to the other side, it will get multiplied. And whatever is getting divided here, it will shift it to the other side and it will get multiplied here. This has a special name, and that we call as cross multiplication. So let's do that. So 3 times 2x minus 3 equals 1 times 4x plus 5. So even if you don't write 1, it's okay, because you know that 1 multiplied by any number or any expression is going to be that number or that expression only. So it is simply 4x plus 5. Now here, if you use the distributive property, 3 times 2x is 6x, minus 3 times 3 is 9, equals 4x plus 5. Now here simply you can do one thing, 6x as it is, plus 4x, if you shift to the other side, it will become minus 4x. And this 5 as it is, and minus 9 will become plus 9. So 5 plus 9. And 6x minus 4x is 2x, and 5 plus 9 is of course 14. So x, here 2 is getting multiplied with x. So if you shift 2 to the other side, it will get divided. Now, why are we shifting 2? Because of course we don't need to find out the value of 2x. We need to find the value of x. So whatever extra, terms, or whatever extra, you can say, things are there with the x, the variable x, you have to shift it to the other side. So x will be 14 and divided by 2. 14 divided by 2 is 7. So the answer is 7. So the answer is x equals 7. All right, now we can go to the next question. Let me erase this. Okay, perfect. Okay, so some things got erased and some are left. Okay, so now we can go to the next one. I really want to change the color now. So very simple question, looks very simple. Let's see whether this is simple or not. So I want to choose a blue color now. And let's start with the fourth question. So the fourth question, we have 8 divided by x equals 5 upon x minus 1. Remember one thing, whenever you have, a question like this, the very basic thing, or the best thing that you can do is to use the cross multiplication. So you can write down here that one line, that is, after using cross multiplication or by using cross multiplication, 8 times x minus 1 equals 5 times x. One more thing I want to tell you here, 5 times x is same as 5x. Again here, multiplication sign is hidden. So you don't need to write down 5 times x, you can just write down 5x. And here again, using the distributive property, this is 8 times x is 8x, minus 8 times 1 is 8. Now, of course, we need to find out the value of x. So I'll keep 8x as it is, plus 5x, right? Here, no signs of plus. This, we will shift it to the other side. So it will become minus 5x. And this minus 8, I'll shift it to the other side. So it will become plus 8. 8x minus 5x is, of course, 3x. So 3x equals 8. We need to find out the value of x. So 3 is getting multiplied here. So if you shift it to the other side, it will get divided. So this will become 8 divided by 3. So this is the answer. So we can write down x equals 8 divided by 3. All right, so now we can start with the next one. And for that, let me erase this. Okay. So let's go to the next one, and that is our fifth question. So I'll just write down the question first. So 5 times 1 minus x plus 3 times 1 plus x divided by 1 minus 2x equals 8. All right, so what we can do first, if you want, you can shift this to the other side, of course. So it will become, and if you want, you can also use the distributive property in the numerator. Remember, this is called the numerator and this is called the denominator also. So 5 times 1 is 5 using the distributive property, minus 5 times x is 5x plus 3 times 1 is 3 plus 3 times x is 3x, right? And let us shift this also to the other side. So it will become 8 times 1 minus, I'm just writing it here so that I can erase also properly. So 8 times 1 minus 2x. Now here 5 plus 3 is of course 8 and minus 5x plus 3x will become minus 2x. Okay. If you have any doubt in this, I have already made a video on, like how to solve the questions on, plus, minus, minus, plus, minus, minus, everything. So make sure you watch that video. I'll put the link of that particular video in my description box. All right, so this is 8 times 1 using the distributive property 8 and then minus 8 times 2 is 16x. Now what I'll do is I'll keep this minus 2x here only and I'm going to shift this minus 16x to the other side. So minus 16x will become plus 16x. This 8 here as it is and this will become, this is plus 8, right? So if we shift it to the other side, it will become minus 8. Now minus 2x plus 16x is 14x, right? And 8 minus 8 is 0. Now x will become 0 divided by 14. You know that 0 divided by any number is going to be 0 only. So the answer is 0. So x value is 0. All right, so we are done with this as well. And now we can move to the next question. All right, this is perfect. Now, this is very, very simple for me to erase. So now we can go to the sixth question, and in the sixth question we have 0.2x, we have a decimal also, plus 5 upon 3.5x minus 3 equals 2 by 5. Okay. So again, the very first thing that I'll be doing here is I'll use the cross multiplication. So 5 times 0.2x plus 5, and then this is 2 times 3.5x minus 3, right? So this if you multiply. Now here there is another case, and that is the case of multiplication of decimals. I'm not going to explain the multiplication of decimal in this particular video because it will make this video very, very long. I just want to solve the questions here on the linear equation in one variable. So what I request here is that if you have any doubt in multiplying the decimal, like of course I'm going to solve here. And if you're not understanding it, let me know in the comment section. I'll make another video on how to multiply the decimal numbers. Okay. So 5 times 0.2, the answer is going to be 1x. Okay, plus 5 times 5 is 25. Next, 2 times 3.5. So the answer will be 7x. Okay, and then minus 2 times 3 is 6. Now, of course, I need to find out the value of x. So I'll do one thing. I keep the bigger number at their place only, and I shift the lower number to the other side. Okay, so I'll keep 25 here and I'll shift this minus 6 to the other side, that is plus 6. And this is 7x as it is, and this plus 1x I'll shift to the other side, it will become minus 1x. 25 plus 6 is of course 31, and this is 7x minus x, that is 6x. So the answer of x is 31 divided by 6, right? So I'm not converting this into decimal again. If you want me to explain the concept of multiplication of decimals or division of decimals, let me know in the comment section. I'll make a separate video for that. So here I'm going to keep the answer in the fraction form only, and that is 31 divided by 6. All right, so this is it. And now we can go to the next question. So for that, let us erase this. Perfect. So now we can go to our last question from here, from this point, I can say. Of course, we have more questions. So let's start. Y minus, in bracket, we have 4 minus 3y upon 2y minus 3 plus 4y equals 1 by 5. So here what I'll do, before using, of course, I know you have guessed it already that we can use the cross multiplication. But I just want to tell you here that before using the cross multiplication, I want you to simplify this and then you can go to the cross multiplication. One more point here, that if someone is finding these questions very, very simple, of course, these questions are very simple for those who know how to solve. But this particular video is for someone or for those students who are finding all these questions difficult. So I just want to make them feel that nothing is difficult. All you need to do is to practice. Okay, so let's solve this now. This is y minus. I want to tell you here one rule, that whenever you have minus sign outside the bracket and if you're simplifying it and you're removing the bracket, you need to change the sign inside. So y minus 4, and because you have removed the bracket, so this minus will become plus. So plus 3y. Same thing we will be doing in the denominator. So 2y minus 3 minus 4y equals 1 by 5. Now we will simplify this first and then we will use the cross multiplication. So y plus 3y, right? This y plus 3y will become 4y, and this is minus 4, and this will become 2y minus 4y, that is minus 2y, and then minus 3 equals 1 by 5. Now here if I use the cross multiplication, so 5 times 4y minus 4 equals 1 times minus 2y minus 3. So of course 1 multiplied by this is going to be the same thing. So I can do one thing, I can just remove this one, right? So it is simply going to be minus 2y minus 3. Now this will become 5 times 4y, that is 20y, minus 5 times 4, that is 20, equals minus 2y minus 3. Now I'll be keeping 20y at the same place, and minus 2y will become plus 2y. And this minus 3 as it is, and minus 20 will become plus 20. Okay, so I'll just write down here. 20y plus 2y is of course 22y. And 20 minus 3 is 17. So the value of y we are getting is 17 by 22. So the value of y is 17 by 22. All right, so we are done with all these questions that are visible to you right now. Now we can go to the next question. So we have 4 more questions here. So let's get started with this. So talking about this one, the question is x by 5 equals x minus 1 upon 6. Now this looks very, very simple. Cross multiplication, x times 6 is 6x. And here if I do the cross multiplication, 5 times x minus 1. This is 6x as it is. Using the distributive property, this will become 5x minus 5 times 1 is 5. Now 6x as it is plus 5x to the other side, if you shift, it will become minus 5x, and this is minus 5 as it is. 6x minus 5x is x, so x equals minus 5. That's the answer for this question. Now we can go to the next one. So for that, again, let me erase this, and then we will go to the next one. All right, so this is a decimal one. So let's write down 0.4 times 3x minus 1 equals 0.5x plus 1. One more thing here I want to tell you, that if you want to write down these solutions and if you think that I'm erasing it, you can go back, you can pause the video and you can take a screenshot, you can write it in a notebook and you can do that, okay? So yeah, that can be the smarter way. Okay, so of course you'll multiply 0.4 with 3 and the answer is going to be 1.2x. Minus 0.4 times 1 is 0.4. This is 0.5x as it is, and then this is plus 1. So of course I have to find out the value of x. So 1.2x as it is minus 0.5, and this will become 1 as it is, minus 0.4 will become plus 0.4. Now this I'll explain you here, 1.2x. So I'll just write down the number 1.2 minus 0.5. It's very simple. You simply have to do 12 minus 5, that is 7. Of course, if you'll take a carry, this will become 12. 12 minus 5 is 7, and then this is 0, so 0.7. So 0. Okay, I got x here. 0.7x, and this is 1 plus 0.4 if you add. So 1. Don't write down 0.4 as 0.4. No, this will be wrong. Okay, remember, this 1 is actually 1.0 only. So make sure you write down 0.4 like this. So this is, of course, 1.4, very simple. If you add it, so 1.4. Now this will become x equals 1.4 divided by 0.7. Now one thing I want to tell you here, that after decimal, if the number of digits are same, you can cut that decimal. Okay, so now it is actually just 14 by 0.7. 0.7 is 7 only. So 7 times 2 is 14. So the value of x we got here is 2. So this is x equals 2. All right, now we can go to the next question. And for that, let's erase this and let's start with the next one. All right, so this is the next question. It looks very simple. 8x minus 7 minus 3x equals 6x minus 2x minus 3. The very first thing, 8x minus 3x, that is 5x minus 7. Here, 6x minus 2x, that is 4x, and then minus 3. Now, this 5x as it is, shifting this plus 4x to the other side, so it will become minus 4x. And this minus 7, if you shift it to the other side, so it will become plus 7, and this minus 3 as it is. So 5x minus 4x is x, and 7 minus 3 is 4. So the value of x is 4. So x equals 4. Now we can go to this last question over here. This is not the last. Okay, I have more questions for you. So right now, let's do the last question. So the last question, we have 10x minus 5 minus 7x equals 5x plus 15 minus 8. Now here 10x minus 7x as 3x minus 5 as it is. Here 5x as it is, and this is 15 minus 8. So that will be 7, right? Okay. Now here what I'll do, I'll keep this minus 5 as it is, and I'll shift this plus 7 to the other side. So that will become minus 7. I'll keep this 5x as it is, and plus 3x, I'll shift it to the other side. So it will become minus 3x. Now minus 5 minus 7 is minus 12, and 5x minus 3x is 2x. So the value of x is simply minus 12 divided by 2. So the answer for x is minus 6. So the answer is minus 6. Okay, so we are done with these questions. Now, I just want to tell you that whenever I do these questions, like these are some of the topics that are my most favorite. So I just keep on, like, I want to keep on doing these questions again and again. But yeah, let's do the next and the final set of questions. Okay, and which is this that you can see right now on the screen. Okay, so we have these questions only and we are done. Okay, so let's quickly finish these questions because you have understood the concept. So I can be a little faster here. Okay, so yes, let's start. Okay, I'll just calm little down so that, yeah, perfect. So let's start with the first question. Okay, so you can see here the first question. I'll just write down here number 1. Of course, I don't remember that which number is this after the last question, but I'll keep this as number 1. So, of course, if you simplify this, I'm not writing the first, like the question, I'm directly starting with the solution. So, half using the distributive property, you'll multiply this. So, half into x is half x, which is same as x by 2, plus half into 1 is half, plus 1 by 3 into x is 1 by 3x, which is same as x by 3, minus 1 by 3 into 1 is 1 by 3, equals, this will become 5 by 12x, that means 5x by 12, and minus 5 times 2, that is 10 by 12. Okay. Now I'll just keep the x terms together. So this term, and this term together. So this will become x by 2 plus x by 3. And shifting this 5x by 12 to this side, so it will become minus 5x by 12. And keeping all the other terms on the other side. So this minus 1 by 3, if I shift to the other side, it will become 1 by 3. This 1 by 2, if I shift to the other side, it will become minus 1 by 2. And this minus 10 by 12 is on its side only. So it is going to be minus 10 by 12 only. Okay. So here what I'll do, I'll take LCM. So of course, 2, 3, 12. The LCM is 12 only. So 2 times 6 is 12. So 6x plus 3 times 4 is 12. So 4x minus 12 times 1 is 12. So 1 into 5x is 5x equals. Here again, I'll take the LCM. So 12. 3 times 4 is 12. So 4. 2 times 6 is 12. So 6. And 12 times 1 is 12. So 10. Now this will become 6x plus 4x, that is 10x. 10x minus 5x, that is 5x. So 5x by 12 equal. This will become, you can say 4 minus 6 minus 10 is minus 16 upon 12. Now here I can say that, you can cancel this 12, 12, but I'll not do that. I'll just make you understand how can we solve this. So 5x by 12 as it is, and this 4 minus 16 will become minus 12, right? Minus 12 divided by 12. Now this, of course, we can cancel. So what exactly are we getting? We are getting 5x by 12 equals minus 1. Now shift this 12 to the other side. So minus 1 times 12, because 12 is getting divided here. So 5x will become minus 12 and x will become minus 12 divided by 5. So this is our answer, that x equals minus 12 divided by 5. All right, so we are done with this, and now we can do the next question. All right. Okay, so talking about the next question, very simple, looks very simple, and it is very simple also. So let's start. So we have x plus 1 by 4 equals x minus 2 by 3. The very simple and the basic thing that you can do here is to use the cross multiplication. So 3 times x plus 1 equals 4 times x minus 2. Of course, this will become 3x plus 3 times 1 is 3. This will become 4x minus 4 times 2 is 8. Now this 3 I'm writing as it is, minus 8 I'm shifting to the other side, so plus 8, and this 4x as it is and shifting this 3x to the other side, so minus 3x. Now 3 plus 8 is 11, 4x minus 3x is x, so the value of x is 11. So we got the answer, x equals 11 of the second question. All right, now we can do the next question. Okay, now I think I just don't understand what exactly I want to do. Let's see whether, wow, I did so many things, but it just could erase only this one. Oh, that was not a nice attempt. Anyway, I'll just use the eraser and I'll try to erase it. All right, now we can go to the next question. Again, it looks like a cross multiplication, so I'll directly do the cross multiplications. The next question, 3 times 2x minus 1 equals 5 times 3x plus 1, right? So if I use the distributive property, 3 times 2x is 6x minus 3 times 1 is 3. 5 times 3x is 15x plus 5 times 1 is 5. Now, of course, I'll keep this minus 3 as it is. I'll shift plus 5 to the other side, so minus 5. And this 15x as it is, and this 6x I'll shift to the other side, so it will become minus 6x. Minus 3 minus 5 is minus 8. 15x minus 6x is 9x. So the value of x is simply minus 8 divided by 9. So that's the answer for this x, minus 8 divided by 9. This is the answer for the third one. Let's go to the next one. Now the next question is looking very interesting. So let's see. Perfect. This time it was perfect. So let's go to the next one. That is the fourth question. So I'll directly start here. So 1 minus, okay, we have a bracket here, but what I'll do, I'll remove the bracket. So this will become x plus 2. Minus, here we have 2 brackets. So I'll keep the bigger bracket as it is. This is called big bracket. And I'll remove the small bracket. So x minus 3 as it is, minus. Here I'm removing the bracket and we have a negative sign, so this will become x plus 1, and then big bracket equals 0. Now clearly this 1 plus 2 will become 3, so this is 3 minus x, minus, inside this of course we have x minus x, that is 0, so you can say this x minus x got cancelled, minus 3 plus 1 is minus 2, equals 0. See, it was looking very complicated, but it is very simple. So 3 minus x, minus into minus is plus, right? This minus and this minus together will be plus. So this plus 2 equals 0. Now 3 plus 2 is 5, and this minus x, if you shift to the other side, it will become 0 plus x, that is x only. So the value of x is 5. So we have got the answer for this, that is x equals 5. Perfect. And now we can go to the next question. And okay, that is also very simple. Okay, so this is the fifth one. So what I'll do in this one, I'll just write down the question first. 3x minus x minus 2 by 3 equals 4 minus x minus 1 by 4. Here, one thing you need to add. And what you need to add is, you have to keep a bracket here. Okay? Because when you simplify this, you have a negative sign over here and you have to change the sign. So don't get confused, put a bracket over here. Now, if you take an LCM here, so clearly this will become 3 and this will become 3. 1 times 3 is 3, so 3 times 3 is 9x. minus this x minus 2 as it is. Here if we'll take LCM, so this is 4, this is 16 minus in bracket x minus 1. I hope there is no doubt in taking the LCM. If you have a doubt in taking the LCM, let me know that as well in the comment section, because my intention is to make, make understand all these simple things to all of you. Okay. So yes, I'm expecting here that you know how to take LCM. If you don't know, feel free to ask me. Feel free to let me know in the comment section. Now this is 9x. If you remove the bracket, this is minus x. Minus into minus is plus, right? Because of course, if you are removing the bracket and if you have a negative sign outside, the sign will get changed upon 3. And this will become 16 minus, if you remove the bracket, this is x plus 1 upon 4. Now 9x minus x is 8x plus 2 upon 3. Okay, and this will become 16 plus 1, 17, 17 minus x by 4. Now here I'll do cross multiplication. So I'll directly multiply 4 times 8x is 32x plus 4 times 2 is 8. And here 3 times 17. Okay, now this is 51 minus 3 times x is 3x. Now I'll shift this 32x as it is. I'll shift minus 3x to this side. So it will become plus 3x. And this 51 as it is. And this is minus 8. Okay, so I'll just do one thing. Yeah, 32 plus 3x, 32x plus 3x will be 35x, and 51 minus 8 will be 43. So x will be 43 upon 35, and that is our answer. So x is 43 by 35. Right, now we can go to the next one. We have, I can say that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more questions and we can easily do it. Okay, so let's just do the next 5 questions quickly. Okay, so the next question we have, again, we have to take an LCM. So I'll directly take the LCM here. So 3t plus 5 minus 4 upon whole 4, because I have taken an LCM. And this is as it is, the LCM is already taken. So 4t minus 3 upon 5. Now here this will become 3t plus 5 minus 4. It is of course 1 by 4 equals 4t minus 3 upon 5. If I'll take if I'll do cross multiplication here, of course it will become 5 times 3t plus 1, and this will become 4 times 4t minus 3. Now using the distributive property, this will become 15t, and this is 5 times 1 is 5, and this will become 4 times 4t, that is 16t, minus 4 times 3 is 12. So I'll just keep 5 as it is, minus 12 I'll shift to the other side, so plus 12, and 16t as it is, plus 15t if I shift to the other side, so it will become minus 15t. Now 5 plus 12 is 17, and 16t minus 15t is t. So the value of t is 17. So we have got the answer, that is 17, right? Oh, okay. Am I not able to take this? Oh. I think I'm gonna do something here. Okay, so my eraser is not working, and my lasso effect is also not working. Just a moment. All right, so now we can go to the next question. So here, it's very simple. We have to take an LCM, right? So 4 and 2 LCM is going to be 4 only. So this is 2y minus 3 as it is. Keep this in bracket because I can see a negative sign. So it's better if you keep a bracket. And here it is 2 and 4. So 2 times 2 is 4. So 2 will get multiplied in the numerator. So 2 times 3y minus 5 equals, here if I take LCM, it will simply become 4y plus 3 divided by 4. Okay. So there is one thing I want to tell you now, that if you have, like something like this, x plus 5 upon, 10 equals 20 upon 10. Okay. If you have a question like this 10 and this 10 will get cancelled. Okay. So you can simply do the same thing over here. You can cancel this 4 and 4, right? So this 4 and this 4 will get cancelled. So now whatever you have is in the numerator only. So 2y minus 3 as it is, minus, of course, using the distributive property, 2 times 3y is minus 6y, because we are removing the bracket and we have a negative sign outside the bracket. So this will become plus 2 times 5 is 10. And this is 4y plus 3. Now, of course, I can see here that this is minus 3 and plus 10. So it is, of course, 7 Plus 3, I'll shift to the other side, so it will become minus 3. 4y as it is, minus 6y if I shift to the other side, so plus 6y. And this 2y, if I shift to the other side, it will become minus 2y. Now 7 minus 3 is of course 4, and here 4y plus 6y, that is 10y, and 10y minus 2y is 8y. So 8y. So the value of y is clearly 4 divided by 8, and if you simplify it, it will become half, right? Because 4 times 2 is 8. So the value of y is half. All right, now we can go to the third last question. Okay, so for that, let me erase this. All right, so let's go to the third last question, and that is 0.25 times 4x minus 5 equals 0.75x plus 8. So of course, using the distributive property, what is 0.25 times 4? It is 100, and then it is 1x. Now again, why is it 1x? Let me know in the comment section if you want me to make a video for that. If you want me to make a short for that, I'll explain it, okay? Minus 0.25 times 5. So this is going to be 1.25, okay? Because, let me check, 10, yeah, that is correct. Okay, so equals 0.75x plus 8. Now what I'll do, I'll keep this 1x as it is and minus 0.75x, and here 8 as it is, and this minus 1.25, if I shift to the other side, it will become plus 1.25. Now if I subtract 1x, or I can say if I subtract this 0.75x from 1x, it will simply become 0.25x. And here if I add this, it is simply 8.00, and this is 1.25. Okay, make sure the point will come, like in a vertical, in a straight manner. So this will become 9.25. Okay, so this is 9.25. Now simply this will become x equals 9.25 divided by 0.25. Of course, you can see that after decimal, we have the same number of digits. So this decimal and this decimal, you can cancel. So we are getting x equals 925 divided by 25. Okay, so I'll just prefer, cancelling this with 5. So 5 times 5 is 25, 5 times 1 is 5, 9 minus 5 is 4, so 42, 5 times 8 is 40, and then 5 times 5 is 25. Now 5 times 1, 5 times 3 is 15, 18 minus 15 is 3, so 5 minus 7 is 35. So the value of x for this is 37. All right, now we are going to the second last question. Okay, so just 2 more questions and we are done for the day. Okay, so the second last question, of course, I can see that we have to use the cross multiplication only. So let's quickly use the cross multiplication and let's simplify this. So 5 times 9 minus 3y equals 8 times 1 minus 9y. This step I got after using the cross multiplication. Remember, I'm not writing the question. I'm directly starting with the second step. So here we can use the distributive property. 5 times 9 is 45 minus 5 times 3y is 15y equals 8 times 1 is 8 minus 8 times 9y is 72y. Now here I'll just do one thing with minus 15y as it is, and minus 72y I'll shift it to the other side, so plus 72y. This 8 as it is, and this plus 45, if I shift to the other side, it will become minus 45. Now what is 72 minus 15? So I'll just write down like this. So the answer is 57, right? So 57y equals 45 minus 8, that is 37, minus 37. So the value of y is minus 37 upon 57. Now this looks very weird because I think not both. 37 is a prime number. No, 57 is not a prime number. So the value of y is minus 37 upon 57. Okay. And we are on the last question for the day. So let's quickly finish that and we are done. Okay. So hang on. If you have watched the video till here, just one last question and we are done. All right. So the last question, and again I can see that we have to use the cross multiplication only. So 4 will get multiplied with 3x plus 2, and then minus 3. Okay, minus 3 will get multiplied with 2x minus 3. Now using the distributive property, 12x plus 8 equals minus 6x minus, right? Here it's minus sign. If you remove the bracket, this minus will become plus, and 3 times 3 is 9. Now this is 12x as it is, minus 6x will become plus 6x, and 9 as it is, and minus 8. 12x plus 6x is 18x equals 1. So x will be 1 by 18. So that's the answer of x, that is 1 by 18. And on that note, we are done with the video. We are done for the day. I think we have done a lot of questions on linear equations in one variable. And I am hoping that you have understood all the questions in this video. If you have any doubt, any of the questions you have not understood, any question you have, please let me know in the comment section. And make sure if you think that you have already done all these things, you know all these things, so make sure you send it to someone who needs it. Okay, so please share it with your friends. And if you have not subscribed to my channel, guys, please subscribe to the channel. And thank you so much for your support. I'll see you super soon in my next video. Till then, bye, take care, and good night.